me, Marty.
What are you talking about?
You overslept, Marty.
Overslept what, Doc?
You slept through your presentation, Marty.
No, whoa, Doc. It's March 30th. My presentation's not for 3 hours.
Today's March 31st.
March 31st? What are you talking about, Doc?
It's March 31st. You slept through the entire presentation.
Oh, dang it, Doc. All right, come on, let's go.
Let's go, Marty.
I went to the past to make sure that the events of yesterday would go smoothly. Should be okay. I gotta break back your vehicle to time travel.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of my sock?
Well, I figured if we were gonna time travel, we should do it with some style. Let's get inside to see if everything's okay. Now, this is what makes time travel possible. The flux capacitor. Now mini size.
Flux capacitor?
Yeah, come on in, I'll show you how it works. All right.
What now, Doc?
All right, I already put in the code. All we need to do is set this thermostat to 80 degrees, and we'll be in the past.
Wait a minute, wasn't it something about going 88?
Oh, I modified it. It's way too dangerous to go 88 miles an hour, especially in this day and age.
You got it up there.
Are you ready, Marty?
Yep, all set, Doc. I set it to 82 and we should be all set to go.
82? You're supposed to set it to 80! Great Scott! We're here.
Okay.
Made it on top. I'll get the controller and give you to the studio. Got it.
Excuse me, bit of a bumpy ride getting over here. Anyway, welcome to Cinema Series. Tonight's topic, Back to the Future. Not only one of my favorite movies, but one of my favorite trilogies of movies. Some of the brilliant minds behind this film include Robert Zemeckis, Steven Spielberg, and musical performances by Huey Lewis in The News and Alan Silvestri, who also did such movie compositions as Forrest Gump and The Avengers. And also, I wanted to say that I am dedicating this cinema series to my grandfather. He passed away a couple years ago, but, I just wanted to, honor the cinema series for him. His name was Francis Connolly. He still lives in our hearts with every passing day. So my grandfather actually kind of reminds me a lot of Doc Brown. Not in the crazy scientist type way, obviously, but in the sense that he believed something. He was when he believed in something, he was a firm believer in it. You want to convince him? Well, like my dad and my grandpa used to always say, "I'm from Missouri. Show me." We're not actually from Missouri, but it's just a saying that goes around our house. And I like this saying a lot, so it kind of grew on me. And like Doc to Marty, I look up to my grandfather as a figure of inspiration, serving in the Army and raising my dad to be the man he is today. He believed that anything was possible if enough effort was put into it, and he always loved a good Western. Anyway, back to the Future. Try to say that 5 times fast. Every good movie needs a good dynamic duo, and boy, did they pick the best team for this movie. Here are our crack team of time travelers. We got Michael Andrew Fox and Christopher Lloyd, playing the roles of Marty McFly and Dr. Emmett Brown. Although Michael J. Fox almost wasn't Marty, he was shooting for a TV series called Family Ties, and time just wasn't on his side. Eric Stoltz was instead brought on board and filming had begun. The cast seemed to turn out great, except for one, Stoltz. They felt like he was in an entirely different movie, and no one would be able to relate to him. So they called Michael J. Fox up, and thankfully he was able to come in and be the new Marty McFly. Although they had to reshoot the entire movie after already being like halfway done with it, but in my opinion, it was well worth it. So the creative minds behind this movie, again, we got Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale, both now college graduates from USC Cinema 290, started toying with the idea of time travel. They thought to each other, what if we went into the past and changed something and then came back to the future? What would happen? And then it hit them. Professor Time visits the future. Working title. Later on, Bob was visiting his parents one year and was going through his dad's old stuff. And then he thought to himself, would my dad and I have been friends if I went back in time? He shared this idea with Robert, and production of the first draft of Back to the Future began. Gale and Zemeckis pitched the idea to Columbia and sold it within 30 seconds. Sadly, with each script draft they sent in, things only got worse. Eventually, Columbia dropped the project and producers were stuck in company limbo, asking around if anyone would help make their movie happen. All seemed hopeless until one man stepped in and made the future seem bright. The legend himself, Steven Spielberg. He did such movies as Jaws. With Spielberg's help, the producers were able to partner up with Universal and make the movie a reality. Fun fact, Coca-Cola was going to be the original Time Machine's fuel because Columbia owned Coca-Cola at the time. That would have been some interesting fuel. Now for the basic plot of the movie. 17-year-old Marty McFly runs into trouble when his friend Doc Brown creates a time machine out of a DeLorean, and under certain circumstances, Marty sends himself back into time and gets stuck in the year 1955. Hiding the DeLorean behind a giant sign, Marty walks into Hill Valley November 12, 1955. Luckily, Doc is still alive and Marty has to find him for help. Unfortunately, he runs into a bit of a twist when he bumps into his dad accidentally. Push comes to shove, and Marty then meets his mom and they become acquainted with each other, and Marty, with panic in his stride, sets off to find Doc in an attempt to get back to 1985. So, just a little bit about my experience. Oh, Jesus. Not only does Back to the Future hold a special place in my heart, but has inspired me to make many projects and gave me the energy to move forward and create content that I myself, and hopefully all of you, will enjoy. So now I'd like to take a bit to talk about my personal experiences with time travel. And no, I have not actually gone back in time. That would be terrifying. Not only is it really hard to work with, but also requires extreme precision when it comes to possibility of plot holes. I've had many time projects that I've worked on in the past, and even a few I'm working on now. The Couch Gamers Time Trouble was my first attempt at trying to make a time-oriented show. It was animated, and the Couch Gamers is a collaborative YouTube channel between me and my friends and my brother. Regardless, Time Trouble was progressing pretty well, and it would have worked if not for poor time management and scheduling conflicts, and ultimately got canceled midway through the production of episode 2. Though the pilot episode still remains on the channel if you want to go give it a watch. The irony still haunts me to this day. I tried to revisit and revamp the show twice in the past, but to no avail. My next time project, To the Future and Back, you can thank my brother for that logo. It was a parody off of Back to the Future, and I'm currently still trying to write and produce it with some members in the audience and backstage with me. So far, it's another Couch Gamers tale of 4 young goofballs who wind up sending themselves in the past and then into the future by mistake, and then back to the present. Due to the lack of budget, aka not having $57,000, we established that instead of a DeLorean, we would have my Saab play the time vehicle. And we have that mini flux capacitor for the time travel. Along with you would put your smartphone, plug that into there, and you'd set a time and you would go right back in time, or in forward, depending on which way you would want it to go. For questions as if this is going to come out or not, I'm hoping it will, but I don't know, we'll see. Even my shining stars Cuban sphere right over here, these are 2 animated characters I created, and my brother helps animate. will probably eventually go through time in their homeland Pangaea, but that's a story for another day. And last, but certainly not least, my brand new show that I created and I'm currently writing and co-producing with Mr. James Hurley called Time Dimensional. That's me looking extremely bored in the bottom right corner. It's a show about a boy named William Arthur who invents a pair of goggles that can travel through time and dimensions, leading to very odd and hopefully hilarious situations. But a show must have a stellar cast, and I've only assembled the best, considering my brother and my friends, and hopefully more to join for the project. Back to the Future has inspired to help me with these many projects. I can't thank the movie enough and the creators for creating this masterpiece of a trilogy, and it's like Doc always says, if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. Anyway, so if there aren't any more questions, I think we can start the movie. Might
Mr. McFly!
Yes.
Are you Marty McFly?
Yeah, probably.
I have something for you.
Oh. Thanks. Thank you. We probably would not have been able to watch this if you weren't here. Exit stage right. Anyway, thanks, man. So if there are... Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot. This was in my pocket from the incident. Oh, boy. Let's see. Dear Nick, don't forget to thank everyone for coming to the cinema series tonight. Someone's got a sense of humor. And especially thank them for listening to your whole speech. I couldn't stand you for 5 minutes. Well, thank you. Regardless, and all jokes aside, I'm sure you did fine and you'll do fine for years to come. Good luck in the future. Your grandpa in time, Francis Connolly. That was nice. Thank you. Thanks, Grandpa. All right. So, without further ado...
Marty! Marty! You
Oh,
have to come back with me, Marty.
where, Doc?
Back
What
to the
na-
studio.
What happened?
It's the quiz, Marty. It's your quiz.
My quiz?
Your quiz. There's something wrong with your quiz.
All right.
Come on, let's go.